Hi everyone, this is Pranav. This is the second video on this series. We are discussing about human geography. And in the last class, I have already discussed about the syllabus of a perspective in human geography. Apart from the discussion of the syllabus, I also emphasize on the various important terminology in the previous class. Anyone, anyone who have not watched the previous class, it is always better to watch the previous class and after watching that you can watch this class. Okay, this will be better and you will get the best result when you watch the previous video. So let's discuss about perspective in human geography. Basically, what exactly you understand by perspective, right? So the perspective, that means what? The viewpoints, right? When I say about the perspective, that means it's a viewpoint. Can I say the viewpoints of whom? So viewpoints of various thinkers. Okay, any subject, whether it is a geography or it's a political science or it's a POBAT or any subject that we are seeing currently. So every subject, they, a lot of thinkers, they had been there in the past. It's not that without any thinker a subject cannot be developed. Okay, so thinkers are those people, those they had given their viewpoints, their models, theories, their opinions regarding understanding of that subject. Okay, those are called what? Viewpoints. So now, is it that all the viewpoints that we are seeing of geographical viewpoints of various thinkers, is it similar? No, that is not similar. Okay, those viewpoints are vary from place to place, right? It's vary from place to place. Can I say place wise the viewpoints are different, right? And also with the difference of time, the viewpoints also changes. And about different thinkers of the world, that means with the different time the viewpoints are also changing. With the different area, the viewpoint is also changing. And also based on various thinker, the viewpoints are also changing. That means the viewpoints are not static, they are always changing with the various aspect. Okay, now what all are the different viewpoints, and from the history of the geography as a subject. Okay, that we are going to discuss in detail in this particular video and in upcoming videos also. Now before getting to that, so let me clear one thing. Okay, so what basically you understand by geography? When someone will ask you that geography as a subject, what exactly you are trying to understand from this word? Geography is nothing, it's a study of earth surface, right? It's a study of earth surface. Now when I say that the study of earth surface, today you are seeing this earth surface, there are a lot of mountains, plateaus, rivers, so many things are there on the surface, right? Now all these things that you are seeing on the earth surface, is it static? The answer is definitely no. These are not static. Okay, that means it changes with the time. The land changes with the time. Okay, if today you are seeing something as a mountain, maybe after thousands of years the mountain will be no more, right? These things are changing. Now when I say that the surface of earth is changing, what can be the factor for considering the change of earth surface? Who influenced the earth surface? Can I say that the nature influenced the earth surface? Can I say nature influenced the earth surface? Absolutely true. Nature do any many type of things like earthquake, tsunami, disasters, many things that happen, cyclones, that also change the landscape. Exogenetic factor, tectonics, many things. Okay, endogenetic forces. So many things that is carried by nature. Okay, nature means it is mostly carried by the God. Okay, but something again, it's not just only nature that influence the earth surface. Apart from the nature, we also say that human interference is also important. Okay, can I say human interference? So can I say human interference is also important regarding the surface of earth, right? Now, if I go back to the history or the evolutionary stage of geography and the classical phase, classical means what? Ancient or old phase, where exactly the initial phase of the geography as a subject of development, right? In that the initial phase, geography or the understanding of geography is just about physical, okay? That means what? Whatever geography in that time, whatever geography was studied, it was assumed that the studies of geography is a phenomena that is mostly by the nature. Nature is a dominant agent, and everything that you study, the geography or anything, the earth, that is because of nature, and the human interference was neglected in the classical phase of geography. That means human doesn't have so much significance. Human is just like a passive agent. It doesn't have so much role, right? Whatever see that the geography that you are seeing only because mostly that is created by the nature. So can I say the classical phase of geography is dominated by the physical world? Okay. Classical phase of geography is dominated by physical world. Yes. In subsequently, gradually many thinkers came forward. Now they started saying that it's not just about the physical geography. It's not about the only nature that can influence the earth surface. It is also possible by the human being also, right? Human societies and human interaction is also a major cause of changing the earth landscape, okay? So what are all the thinkers that came forward for considering the human interference as a major factor? So various thinkers we are going to discuss in detail. Now when human interact with the nature, okay, human, and due to the interaction with the human society and the earth surface, can I say that the human earth surface and the human society, that interaction we are calling as a human geography. Today what exactly in the classical phase, so the human geography, it was not significant, it was not discussed. Peoples were not focusing on human geography in a classical phase, right? Because the mostly they were believing that the geography means what? The geography means it's a physical, it's nothing so called what a classical, nothing so called what a human geography. Later on human geography was discussed by subsequent time in the by different thinkers. They have given different definition of human geography. Now let's have a discuss on various definition that we have to follow for defining this human geography. The first definition which was given by Radzel, okay, the first definition which was given by Radzel. Radzel was a German geographer who was said that human geography is nothing, it's a synthetic study of relationship between human society and earth surface. This was a definition which was given by Radzel, okay. The study of a changing relationship between unresting man and unstable earth. Please, unresting, I mean this simple definition is given by simple. Miss simple means because of lady, this we are calling miss. So actually the American geographer name is EC simple. So who has given the unresting man, man always change its identity, its a need, it's a everything that changed, man always changing with the unstable earth. Whatever relationship that study is called what? The human geography by Miss Simple or EC Simple. And another definition also given by Vidal de la Blas. Vidal de la Blas, what this definition? Vidal de la Blas has had emphasized over the physical laws. Vidal de la Blas had emphasized over physical laws. Okay. Now, when Vidal de la Blas has emphasized over physical laws that governing our earth, right? So, what physical laws is governing our earth, and also what kind of relation between the living beings in which they inhabited it. Now, all of that physical laws we are dealing, it's called what? Human geography. It was given by Vidal de la Blas. Now, whatever things that Vidal de la Blas, everything, Radgel, all of the things that we are going to get in detail in subsequent class. Now this human geography is something. It's a human ecology. It was given by Barrows. According to Barrows, human geography is nothing. It's a human ecology. Guys, many times in exam, you have to quote an answer that you have to write some geography definition. Okay, so sometimes may be needed. You have to remember a standard definition of geography for your answers, right? It is also needed. I mean, they don't give you questions like, please write what is the definition of geography. They don't give you like that, but at least for your clarity, then you have to remember one standard definition. What could be available helpful in all kind of situation in your answer writing, right? That is what the definition of geography by Richard Hudson. We'll be getting in detail about the what achievement and what initiative and what has been given by Richard Hudson, how the initiative or the all the what everything that is what carried by the Richard Hudson, how that is relevant for contemporary period, everything we'll discuss in detail. Richard Hudson was from United States. Okay, so according to him, the geography is concerned to provide accurate. Accurate means what? It's not that anything and everything, right? I mean, it is not changes. It will not change from area to area. The data has to be some specific data, standardized data. It should not change from area to area. Okay, the calculate accurate. Accurate means uniformity of data. Uniformity, can I say uniformity of information? I may tell that uniformity of informations. So when I say about orderly, orderly means what? It's a systematically. Rational, systematically means sequentially, that is rational description. Rational means logical. So when we say that these peoples are irrational peoples, what do you mean by that? Irrational people? They're not putting any questions to that. Okay, so any religion, so if any orthodox, like if if I say that I'm a Hindu, but I believe Hindu, it's like a purely conserved sense, right? In that way, whatever it is written in the Gita or a Veda, that I'm strictly following to that, then it may lead to have a irrational approach of getting, right? So why it is irrational? So when you try to understand something, you have to ask a lot of questions to that. Okay, if someone is telling a theory, then it's your duty is that you have to ask a lot of questions regarding its establishment, its validity, about anything about that theory or model information. There has to be some curiosity to get the truth of that information, right? This is called what? The questioning ability. Now, this is what rational description means. What? It allows the questioning ability to get the authentic interpretation of variable character. So that means whole thing that we are studying, it's a variable. Geography as a subject, we can't tell that it's a subject, it's extremely static. Okay, no, it's a variable that you have to interpret the variable character of the earth surface. This overall understanding is called what? A geography. This definition was given by Richard Hudson. It is one of the most important, or you can quote it anywhere wherever you want to put that geography of definition of geography. You can put this definition, right? Now, as I said in the previous slide, already I have explained that in the classical phase, the geography is just about what? The geography is just about the physical. Okay, the main factor for geographical development is nature. Nature only decides what can be the geography. Is it okay? Nature decides what can be the geography in the classical phase or old phase. Now that in that phase, human factor was completely missing in the geography. That means in that phase they were not discussing that human also had the potential to change the surface of the earth. It was missing from that idea. The evolution of the ancient geography was started from Greece. Remember, Greece was a nation, Greek and Romans, where the ancient geography was vibrant. And today, what geography, the modern geography you are seeing, okay, whatever the Western thinking regarding the geography that we are seeing today, it is ultimately supported, it's ultimately backed by the thinking of Greek and Romans. If I tell you about the who are the founding of the modern geography of the modern physical geography, then the easy answer is that the Greek and Romans are the father or the founder of modern physical geography across the world. They were the person, they were the thinkers, they have started thinking about the physical geography, and they have really they have developed many things in geography, okay, as a subject. I can say that the contribution of Greeks in geography, that's of course the Greek geographers provided a framework. Today, what framework or whatever the Western thinking for many centuries, whatever logic, the rules, models that were developed by the Greek people or the thinkers, that was used for centuries by the Western thinking Europe. Today, whatever geography or anything that geographical development that we are seeing, it is influenced by Europe. Okay, we are borrowing from the Europe. In a similar way, we can say that for many centuries, Western thinking was influenced by the Greek and Romans. That means they were the key initiator, right? They were the key for what geography, physical geography development. They were the key. The root of the modern geography are to be traced back to the thought of ancient Greek. So when you say about the physical modern geography, that is the thought of ancient Greek. They are the contributor of greatly and made remarkable development in the field of physical geography in the world. So that means physical geography is mostly, that is mostly contributed by the Greek and Romans. That means, can I say the if I consider that classical phase, it is a glorious time of that time? Can I say that was the glorious time of geography? Yes, of course. It was the glorious time of geography where the Greeks and Romans, they have started thinking a lot, and they have developed a lot to a particular subject. So had it been that from that time onwards, if those thinkers in a subsequent years, if those ideas, law, models, so if that was were followed by the subsequent thinkers, so geography could have been something else today, right? Now that was not happened. Okay, that was not happened. The rules, regulations, model, theories, what was initiated by the Greek and Roman, it was discarded by the Europeans. And I will explain that how the Christian Orthodox and that happens, we'll discuss in detail. Okay, now Greece, why Greece is taking care, like everything was initiated from the Greek. That means physical geography or modern physical geography, things are developing in geography because Greek was a land of great physical topographic diversity. Let me explain you. I have a house in Bhubaneswar. Okay, I have a house in Bhubaneswar. I'm getting a service from my house because I'm staying in the house. So definitely I have to care to my house. So if I don't care my house, then it will be harm to me, right? Anything that provides you service, then definitely you will try to care that particular asset. Okay. In a similar way, when the physical and the topographical diversity of the Greek, it was helping to the Greek people, and in terms of resources, in terms of livelihoods, in terms of security, in many aspects, those physical features are giving benefits and benefits to the Greek people. Don't you think that Greek people will start think how those things can be protected for a very long time? Definitely yes. They started thinking about how those things can be protected for a very long period. Understanding its value of a presence, understanding the value of a presence like the physical and the topographical diversity, what happened? They started researching, they started taking many initiatives regarding conserving the physical environment, physical geography. That is how the understanding of physical uh, or topographically features have been started. The work of Greek contains numerous references. They have started telling something mountains, delta building, changing of weather, so winds, rain, earthquake, volcano, transformation into the topographical feature as it was by Greek. Okay, many things they have initiated. Okay, now basically, so that classical phase, if I say classical means what, the old phase. Okay, where the beginning phase of the geography is a subject of evolutionary beginning phase. Okay, now that phase is called the non-paradigmic phase. Would you understand by non-paradigmic phase? Let me explain that non-paradigmic phase. If today physics, okay, if you say physics as a subject, are you accepting what is there in the physics today? Yes, I'm accepting what is there in the physics. Let for example Newton's first law, Newton's second law, Newton's third law, or so whatsoever things are there, many laws are there, many things, there are so many problems, numericals. Are you accepting all the theories and laws? Yes. Why you are accepting all? Because these laws and everything is backed by science. These are rational. Okay, and it's not that physics has had developed over one night, two night, and it took hundred thousand years of time that to properly develop, hundreds of years to mature that subject. Do you get that? Now today what you are seeing physics as a subject, it is universally accepted. Can you tell me, whatever the today whatever the concept that you are reading in physics, will it be there for forever? No, maybe there will be some changes, but now what is there, it is accepted by all. Okay, one situation. If you go back to 500 years back, if you go back to 500 years back, whatever development was there for a physics as a subject, is it same as today? No. Before 500 years back, the whatever rules allowed, whatever rules, initiatives, models, theory, was it similar to today? No. That means what happened? The physics as a subject was evolved in the history, and it started its journey of development. Okay, how the subjects got more and more refined due to a lot of discussions, a lot of arguments, a lot of debate, a lot of questions by the people regarding its authenticity, its a scientific validation. Gradually, by a lot of changes. So today, what we are seeing as a subject, this whole journey is called what, a paradigm shift. Would you understand by paradigm shift? Paradigm shift means a subject with one state to the similar subject with another state. Do you get that? One subject we are considering in one state. Okay, now the same subject we are considering in another state, but transition from one state to another state, and due to this transition, many people are accepting those rules, laws, model, that the transition is called paradigm shift. Okay, the transition is called what, a paradigm shift. I think it's clear for everyone. Okay, now a set of paradigm is a set of solutions or viewpoint accepted by majority, right? It's a paradigm shift, paradigm change, anomalies. So any disciplines or any subject, when it was in a starting phase, when it was in the starting phase, a lot of exceptions, lot of arguments, lot of debates used to be there. By by making refining to the subject, little more refining, gradually, there is one time it will come when so many rules and regulations, theories are completely changed. That is called revolutionary stage of that particular subject. Revolutionary stage means what? When you are trying to change completely to that all existing rules and regulation theories, that is called revolutionary stage. After that revolutionary stage, when maximum people are accepting to that particular theory, then we are saying it's an alternate paradigm. That means the paradigm shift, alternate paradigm means it was in one state and it converted into another state, and these whole changes are called what? A paradigm shift. Now, so there is something called a non-paradigmic phase. What do you understand by that? See, if I tell that physics is accepted by all of us, right? What is the reason? Because the informations are organized, the rules are written with the scientific validation, and whatever theories are given, it was proven with science. And any questions that is created by anyone, all the questions are answerable by the physics. The reason is that why we are accepting physics as a discipline. Now tell me, when the phase is a classical, we are going through a ancient phase. Geographical informations were not so much. There is no more science involved in geography. No more science. It was a very ancient old period. No science, no theories, no models, no more research. The informations are not so much. In that particular situation, can I say I can generalize some law? How can I generalize, right? If I don't have too much of information, no science, no advancement, it is very, very difficult to convince those things to the rest of the world. If the people will understand and accept this is as a subject, what is essential? The people, they should understand that this subject is having some science, some models, some theories. If you do not have anything on that, how come the people will start believing that this is a subject that's supposed to be helpful in the life, right or not? Now point is, during the classical phase, the informations were not so much. The ideas are not refined, they are not logical, that is not rational, it's not scientific validate. Because of these reasons, it was felt to prove its authenticity. Because of that, it was not accepted by a majority of the person. That is the reason we call that is a non-paradigmic phase. What we are calling? We are calling that state to non-paradigmic phase. In the ancient time, non-paradigmic phase, since knowledge was limited, right, and undifferentiated. How can you differentiate knowledge when the knowledge is huge? You don't have knowledge, how come you differentiate the knowledge? Knowledge can be only differentiated when you have a lot of informations. For a paradigm shifter, again I'm saying that, how come a paradigm shift that takes place? That means the classical phase or the ancient phase, the geography is under the non-paradigmic phase. Is it all clear for all of you? It's a non-paradigmic phase. Why it is a non-paradigmic phase? It is very easy, because in that point, knowledge was extremely limited. Science, innovation, knowledge limited. It ultimately resulted, not a mass people, no mass people never accept this as a theory. Okay, it's a non-paradigmic phase. As I said earlier, what I have already explained about paradigm shift. So when any subject is evolved in the history, it always comes under a lot of arguments. It always comes under a lot of debates. When you do not see any debates, arguments, do you expect that the subject will refine in subsequent time? No. It never comes in a situation where you can see that the subject would be refined and it gives you the best perspective and it is backed by science. It won't possible. It has to be come under a lot of discussions, debate, and arguments. Okay, multiple viewpoints, multiplicity, many things has to be there to bring that subject more qualitative and refined. Okay, so that is how we are coming to the topic that, so we are coming to the word that is dualism and dichotomy. I hope those of you have not watched the video that I have explained about the dualism and dichotomy in the very important terminology in my previous video. please go and watch that previous video. For the paradigm shift, dualism and dichotomy are essential, right? For this to happen, more informations, theory, argument, debates are needed, right? These are needed. I can also have an example that in once upon a time, the informations were carried through the postcard. Okay, is it possible? Are you using right now the postcards? No, the postcard is completely replaced by email. People are accepting this method of changing the info, exchanging the information. People are using this email. Now this transition is also called what? A shift, paradigm shift. Okay, so non-paradigmic phase, what is paradigm shift, and I will also explain in subsequent upcoming videos that what is Kuhn's paradigm. Everything we will go in detail, don't worry at all. Okay, so I should go to the next slide, right? Okay, I have already explained about the dualism and dichotomy. Yes, I have already explained about the dualism and dichotomy. When I explained about dualism and a dichotomy, what exactly that means? So, any subject from its starting, it comes under various arguments, various viewpoints, various discussions, and debates that ultimately resulted into a refined subject, or so called, we can call it a discipline. Okay, now when you decide, when you discuss a subject and its understanding, then many views can be expected from various thinkers. This thinker is giving one view, another thinker is giving another view. When the multiple thinkers start giving different views, okay, now those views comes as a dualism, or we can say that it's a dichotomy, or dualism or a dichotomy. Dualism and a dichotomy, what the basic difference? Dualism is the difference of opinions or difference of viewpoints, right? It's just. Dichotomy means when the difference of viewpoints are contradictory. Okay, it's exactly opposite in nature. This is called what? A dichotomy. Can I say dualism and a dichotomy is really necessary prerequisite conditions to form a refined subject? Can I say these are the prerequisite conditions to form a refined subject? Yes. So dualism and dichotomy is the most, I mean, it's a prerequisite conditions to develop any subject in a more refined manner. I hope it is making sense to all of you, right? Now, so the two way of thinking, multiple views, development of the views in different ways, conflicting ideas, different views, that is called dichotomy. When different views, that is called dualism. When the views are conflicting in nature, that is called what? A dichotomy. In the previous class also I have explained an example that what can be the example of dualism. If someone is asking me that what do you want to do in your life, then I'm saying that my aim is to serve the nation, right? My aim is to serve the nation, right? This is my aim. Can I say that this is the objective, right? Yes. Now one person is coming and telling to me that please you become an IAS, and that would be the great service to the nation. One person is coming that please you become a doctor, and doctors are supposed to be the next to god, and you will be serving the nation like anything. And one more person is coming that he's telling that please don't believe in them, and please become a lawyer and you become the best servant of the country. Whom should, to whom I should believe? I mean, in that case multiple views are there. So this is the case of what? Dualism. The objective is same, but the way of doing or thinking a subject is different. Okay, this is called what? Dualism. Now when something gets completely opposite sense, that is called what? A dichotomy. Okay, this is what. Now point is so what we have already explained from the previous slides, the viewpoints are the viewpoints are different from time to time. Please make note these points. Viewpoints are changing from time to time, number one point. Viewpoints are changing from area to area, number two. Viewpoints are changing from thinkers to thinker. Number three, S. Can I say in all of these three, by combining three, one, two, three clause, can I say the viewpoints are not similar? It's always a dynamic. Can I say one line? The viewpoints are always a dynamic. Okay. Sometimes when things are always changeable, it is always difficult by considering this view, where is the originate of the view. Sometimes you don't know that where is the originate of the view, who had given that idea, where exactly this came. Because I mean, by combining a lot of views in a way that you will ultimately forget some of the views that were exactly the originate of the view, right? I would like to make it even simplify for you, right? That example. Okay. Many times in our daily life, we are seeing something, we don't know where exactly it is origin, right? We don't know about its origin, because we are telling maybe from this area, maybe from that area, in a similar way. So I mean, the viewpoints also origin from some time and some by thinker, some area, or sometimes what happened, we just lost that where exactly the origin, right? This is what I'm saying in this word. Please have a look on this. The history of geography involves, if I go back to the history, many stories. Why many stories? Many thinkers, many views, many stories of geography that starts at a different time and in the different places, that slowly becomes intertwined. Intertwined means what? It's like a zigzag. I mean, just if you say that intertwined means, it's like a puzzle. Okay, intertwined, and their narratives threads. Narrative threads means where exactly this what the stories arrived, where exactly the stories originate. Okay, story means what? The viewpoints, or something, or a model, or a law, anything that is called what? Stories. I mean, a lot of stories given by a lot of thinkers. Sometimes what happen, we don't know that where exactly the story came from, right? Where we don't know. So this is called what? They slowly becomes intertwined. So gradually that becomes a puzzled in the current time, and we failed to understand the narrative threads is unpicked. We don't know that where exactly it is coming from, and rewoven into many different designs. I mean, I don't know the story. I don't know where exactly the story has originated, but finally we are seeing that this story is fitted to something else. Now this is exactly happened with the geography, right? This is also exactly happened with the geography in a very simple way. That how do you understand this? I'm just making it as possible to a little bit more language to make you more familiar with this kind of things, right? Now the popular debate, as I said, that the popular debate, contradiction are exist in any discipline, obviously. So this popular debate and contradiction by name of what? Dualism and a dichotomy. Multiplicity of approach, it's very very essential. When the multiple thinkers, their approach has to be multiple, is also logical part of evolution of any discipline, right? Now dualism and the dichotomy signifies the health of any discipline, definitely. If I want to make any disciplines to be more refined, it to be more acceptable in the society, or then it is always necessary that it has to come under a lot of criticism, a lot of debate, a lot of discussion has to be there. It's a dualism dichotomy signifies the health of any disciplines, very necessary to develop healthy and a discipline. Now, if you want to put a schematic diagram on your exams, look, so can I have some informations which is random in nature? You can see in the picture, these informations are random in nature. Okay. Now, if I look into these informations, not arranged, not systematic. These are not arranged and not systematic. Is it okay? Now, these are not arranged and systematic. So, when something is not arranged and systematic, can you study proper? If I give you a book, if I give you a book where there is no content, there is no topic, there is no subtopic, there is no pages, can you read this book? All of you, can you read this book? No, you cannot read that book. Why? There is no content, there is no topic, there is no subtopic, there is no pages. Can you read that book? No. If you cannot read that book, how can you extract those like informations and the ideas the logic, the connections, the topics, the stories, the morals. How do you understand that? You can't understand that. That means when you can't understand, will it be possible that the people will accept that subject? No. It will look like it will, how it will look like, it's like a mixed veg. Okay, it looks like a mixed veg where so many vegetables have mixed off. Okay, it's mixed veg, and we don't have any particular subji. Okay, this is the information's not in arranged in not in systematic. It won't be called as a discipline. It's very rough, it's very unorganized, right? It is always needed that to organize, to make it more systematic. When you try to make the informations more systematic, and when you are able to manage those information to be in more precise and systematic way, then more and more readings to those informations can really generate, okay, that subject as a discipline, systematic. And in this way, this transitions, when I say this is a transitions, can I say it's also a paradigm? Can I say this is also a paradigm shift? Is it all fine, right or not? Okay. So this is about what a dualism, dichotomy. Please use some in human geography. It is always important to use your best vocabs as far as your capability, and please use some good vocabs. You already know the concept, right? And it's not that when you use the very normal words you won't get good marks. Some geographical vocabs has to be there in your answers so that you will get a good marks. Okay, so let's get into another.